Victor Pemberton makes magnificent. Hello everybody, this is Pitchgirl Black here, and welcome back to the Skulls General Reviews number 68, in which today I'm going to be reviewing the Target novelisation of Doctor Who, Fury from the Deep. So without further ado, let us begin this review. So we have Doctor Who number 110, Fury from the Deep, a classic adventure of the Second Doctor, now a bumper volume. Victor Pemberton, Target, and for the cover itself, set against this sort of very blue sky, we have an oil rig and a clump of seaweed sort of bursting out of the sea, out the bottom there. Very, very nice and simplistic cover it is. Then for the spine, we have Target, Doctor Who, Fury from the Deep, Victor Pemberton, number 110. And then for the back, we have the synopsis, who this book was distributed by, barcode and original prices with a sticker from the convention that I bought this book from, being Dimensions 2016, and as you can see I paid £12 for this paperback. No regrets for that. In the dark, uncharted depths of the North Sea, it has lurked, growing in strength, growing in size, and striking terror into the hearts of mariners down the untold centuries. Landing near a North Sea gas refinery off the east coast of England, the TARDIS crew are immediately accused of sabotage. Several rig crews have mysteriously vanished. Strange pressure build-ups have been detected, and in the refinery's pipelines, the Doctor can hear the steady rhythmic beat of what? Soon, the Doctor, Jamie, and Victoria will find themselves at the unrelenting mercy of the most deadliest and terrifying foe they have ever encountered. For the interior of this Doctor Who book, we have Doctor Who, Fury from the Deep. To Letty and Oliver with love, Doctor Who, Fury from the Deep, Victor Pemberton, based on the BBC television series by Victor Pemberton by arrangement of the British Broadcasting Corporation, number 110 in the Doctor Who library. Target, a Target book published by the paperback division of W.H. Allen and Co. plc. And then for the next page we have various copyright guff here, and then there we've got the contents of this Target novelisation. This is a bumper length 182 rather, page long Target novelisation, spread across no prologues or epilogues, but just 12 main core chapters. And then for the back of this book we've got advertisements for already published Target books there, and a offer exclusive to Doctor Who readers, and fantastic Doctor Who poster offers down there. Would love to get the Moonbase or Cybermen one, number 5, down there someday. But now with the presentation of this Target novelisation paperback out of the way with, what is the general consensus and my own personal thoughts and opinions on this Doctor Who Target book. As for the general consensus of this paginated television classic, The Second Doctor Who, it has an average rating of 3.72 out of 5 on Goodreads. Do I agree or disagree with the general consensus? Find out in this review. I have always said that 60s era Doctor Who is the finest era of the show, and I have also said that I personally prefer the First Doctor's eras with characters, and the second for storylines. I have always personally found that it was during this run of 256 episodes that I found the show the most boundary pushing and also the most innovative, with many of the stories I feel being landmarks in the show's history. Marco Polo I found to be an extremely groundbreaking story for its exploration of history, lavish sets and characterization. The Dalek invasion of Earth I personally think is iconic for setting the mould and the layout for Doctor Who's invasions of Earth stories, with one of the most iconic cliffhangers in the show's history thanks to the one of the first episode. The lengthy 13-parter Mission to the Unknown in the Daleks Master Plan very much tested the stigmatic nature of the show at the time, very much pushing itself out of its comfort zones, not only lengthwise but content-wise as well, with some of the grimiest, darkest and most harrowing sequences in the show's entire history. Power of the Daleks is arguably the most iconic Doctor Who story from this time for its depiction of regeneration and characterization, and huge following has gained over the years. There is many more I could mention, but I'm going to tie it down and end this spiel with Fury from the Deep. If 60s Doctor Who was the crown of the show, then this would be the jewel. In my opinion, without question, the greatest Doctor Who story from this time, and possibly the best story of all time, is Fury from the Deep. Here Victor Pemberton makes magnificent use of bonus length and weaves an incredible adaptation of his original 6-parter, wasting no time whatsoever to set the mood and atmosphere of the book for the book, with this being the very first opening paragraph. The sky had never looked more menacing. Huge clusters of dark grey clouds had overwhelmed the early morning sunshine, threatening the approach of a gathering winter storm, and beneath it all, the sea, the cruel, unyielding sea, crowned with dark secrets that man, on planet Earth, has never fully understood. Quiet and calm now, with small white tufts of foam curling gently across the surface, waiting for the gale-force winds to lash them into a frenzy. An ancient mariner once said that if you stand alone on the seashore, you will hear the sound of those who dwell in the deep depths of the ocean. Today was to be just such a day. Over the 189 pages we get a retelling of the story that is just as exciting and brilliant as the original TV counterpart. The wonderful characters return here and are just as brilliantly characterised. Robson is his usual snarling, deluded little shit-like character as he was on TV, with the book vividly describing how much of a maniac he actually is. Another particular great character here is Professor Harris, who is his wonderful cautious self here, always looking into the possibilities and testing the aforementioned Robson. The main TARDIS trio are wonderful here as well, with Victoria's departure being just as excellent, emotional and realistic as the original. An interesting addition to the story that I liked is Jamie going to fits of sneezing whenever there is a cloud of gas nearby, signalling the imminent attacks of weed. Overall, this is an extremely well done target that is just as compelling and frightening as the original, and is one of the very best targets I have ever read. The grinding and grunting sound of the dematerializing TARDIS gradually disappeared, and in its place the seabirds returned, swooping low over the surface of the water, searching out for the fish they had thought they would never see again. Out and beyond was the vast expanse of sea, the cruel, unyielding sea, calm again now, the fury gone. All that remained were the small blobs of bubbling white foam and straggling clumps of seaweed that rolled gently over the waves of the incoming tide.